Hey, so this is part 3 of the Q&A from my Lucid Dreaming course. In this video, we touch on some more dream journaling techniques, and we cover how lucidity, or awareness during dreams, tends to give you a sense of freedom and empowerment compared to other dreams that might be a little bit more stressful or full of fear or helplessness. When you become lucid, you realize it's your dream and you have a lot of freedom, you have a lot of options. So these are some of the topics that I go over in this video. Here's another question about dream recall and remembering dreams. I'm halfway through the course and I remembered 2 dreams in 20 days. And that is 2 more than I usually remember. So I guess this person never remembers their dreams. Any advice on remembering dreams more consistently? I find this course excellent in its organization and presentation and pacing and it just stops. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And congrats on remembering more dreams than usual. Yes, to remember more dreams, plan on it. And keep your dream journal next to your bed. Like I said earlier, you want to make it easy on yourself. When you go to sleep, promise yourself you will write in your dream journal when you wake up. It doesn't matter how much you remember, just get in the practice of writing every morning, and that will help you remember more and more every week. It's that simple. So here are some quick tips that work for everybody, really. Like I said, make it as easy as possible on yourself to just roll over, write the dreams down, and just make it effortless. You can keep a small nightlight next to your bed. Just pick one. It doesn't matter what kind you get. Red light is good because it doesn't ruin your night vision. So if you're using pen and paper, I recommend use a red light because it doesn't wake you up as much. But that's only if you wake up at night. If you wake up when it's still dark out, or if you don't want to wake up your bed partner. But really, it doesn't matter. You can pick whatever you prefer, and trial and error is kind of part of the journey, so experiment. And over time, you'll find what works best for you. One thing that researchers like Stephen LaBerge recommend is when you first wake up, don't move. Just lay completely still in whatever position you're in, but replay the dream in your mind, remembering that you are going to write this down. So quickly replay it in your mind, but don't fall back to sleep. Just run through the events and the details that you can remember, and then you sit up, get your journal, write the dream down, or verbally, record it, or speech to text, or, whatever your preference is for just getting it out of your head and making a quick record of it. That technique works really well. First, don't move, replay the dream in your mind, and then write it down. Another important technique is write everything that you can remember down. Write all the details, the colors, whether it was daytime or nighttime, the details of the place you were in, whether it was a familiar place or an unfamiliar place. This is all stuff that we cover in the Lucid Dreaming course in the app and also in the coaching program. The more you write down, the better. It doesn't matter if the dream was like a coherent story. Usually they're not. Usually they don't make sense. And they're very strange and bizarre, but just write all that stuff down. Don't try to make sense of it. Dream interpretation is something that's better done after you have many dreams written in your dream journal, because then you get context. You can start to see patterns across your other dreams. If you just try to interpret one dream in isolation from all the other dreams you're having, it really might not make sense, and it might not serve you. And maybe you don't know how to interpret dreams, so it's probably a waste of time, especially if you're still half asleep. You're not going to have the cognitive function to unpack all the symbolism and representations and metaphors and stuff that happened in the dream. So I really recommend don't even bother with interpretation. Just write it down. And then you have a record of it, and you can come back to it anytime, whether it's to work on your lucid dreaming practice or to get more insights into the patterns in your dreams. Whatever it is, you have it written down, you have that resource, and you can come back to it. Okay, let's do one more. Hi Jason, I am journaling and gathering more details in my lucid dreams. After reviewing my patterns and becoming more aware of surroundings, I notice when I have lucid dreams the feeling of being anxious has decreased. The dreams I have now, I'm more confident, sometimes curious about what and why things are happening. My question is, am I on the right track? I so appreciate your tutorials and insights and help. Thank you. So this is a really good example of how bringing more awareness, more attention, and getting more familiar with your subconscious mind can reduce tension and anxiety and make you more confident and make you feel more comfortable with yourself. So non-lucid dreams tend to be a little bit more negative than positive, but when you bring awareness into your dreams and you become conscious, you become lucid during your dreams, those dreams tend to be a lot more positive. And this is a really good example of that positive change happening with this person. So here's my answer. Yes, you're absolutely on the right track. And this is kind of fundamentally why I initially got into lucid dreaming. This part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, that helps regulate emotions, rationality, and sensibility, that part of the brain is reactivated during lucid dreams. But it's deactivated during our non-lucid dreams. And personally, I've had those experiences too. I had one dream in which I was in a very uncomfortable, stressful situation. And by the way, this dream was I had been kicked out of my house and I had to go live with my aunt and uncle and share a room with my parents. And it was very stressful and very intense. It was a very vivid dream. But then I realized I was dreaming. And I started flying up and out of the room. And I felt a genuine sensation of relief and freedom. And it was cathartic. I wasn't worried anymore. I knew it was a dream, and so I knew I wasn't really in that situation. And that sense of freedom should be practiced because it's a core value of mindfulness as well. Learning to let go, learning to be curious and open, a sense of a new beginning. These are the options we have when we recognize a lot of the suffering in our mind is just in our mind. So these are great things for us to practice. And this is a perfect example of how these positive changes can happen when you start to practice lucid dreaming. So I'd like to thank those people for those questions, and I encourage you to check out the app and start up your lucid dreaming practice. If you found this valuable or interesting, please share with your friends. Please like and subscribe. It will help me get this information out to more people. And check out the links below, especially the coaching program. If you want to learn lucid dreaming, that's the best way.